So I'm glad you're here. It is day 2, and I am giving tips of things that I wish I had known when I was doing this 3-step thought process. We're going to start with step 1. Now, step 1 is focus, and that really is the aiming. Okay? So it's not so much aiming at what you're feeling in the moment as to the fact that you are trying to see where this feeling in the moment is coming from. That's where you're focusing. So if you're having feelings of loneliness in the moment, you want to sit there and say, where is this coming from? When is the first time ever did I have this strong, overwhelming type feeling? When did I experience it? So you're going to have to dig a little deep and see what the source is. We're working with the source. Now, don't forget, the source really is your subconscious, because in there is stored, so to speak, all your experiences, all your reactions to everything. So when I say you're going to focus and go and get to the source, it's basically your experiences, what has happened in the past, and that is all in your subconscious. Remember, this is a technique that is addressing your subconscious, not the conscious mind. So the conscious mind is going to tell you, I've been feeling this forever, for a long time, and it will be able to actually identify the truth of how much a long time forever all my life is. Your subconscious is saying, forever, I've been experiencing this forever. When in reality, maybe it started when you were 12, maybe when you were 7, maybe when you were 15, maybe when you're 20, maybe when you got married. Okay, so then your logic mind is going to help you to really hone down the truth of what you need to look at. So focusing and aiming is finding what the source is. When did you start feeling this? That's when you're going digging deep. Now, if you don't want to dig deep, then this technique is not for you, because this is about rooting out the problem. This is not about managing it, coping it in the moment, getting to feel better for right now, and then tomorrow have to do the same thing again. This is about going to, when did all this start? So the point is that your brain, okay, has this information in it, and every time it gets triggered, it brings up the emotion, the feelings, and the symptoms, and the whatever you're seeing, whatever you're thinking. And if you want that to stop, you got to go to when it first started. So what you're able to do, let's say you have a picture of something that happened to you. You have a short clip in your mind of something that happened to you. You're going to look at that short clip. You're going to look at that picture. See what isn't that you don't like. Notice it all. Now, if you think it's kind of heavy, like looking at it makes you extremely comfortable, then you do what your brain knows how to do, but now you're going to intentionally do it, which is to distance yourself from it, which is to basically, instead of you in it, experiencing it, act as if you're watching it, third person. So that's number 1 tip. When something's too heavy for you to look at directly, look at it third person. Or put it way in the distance. Push it way away, far away. See the image far away from you. And then as it starts to drop, bring it closer. And it might heighten because you're closer, but that's okay. Keep bringing it closer till you can actually deal with it here, and then continue to drop it down. So what does it mean when you're dropping it down? It means you're doing the 1, 2, 3 step. Looking, focusing, distracting, going happy. So you're going to look at this image of whatever happened, this traumatic event, and you're going to see it, and then you're going to distract yourself, right? Re-engage your mind in something else for 60 seconds, and then go extremely happy. Go back to the picture, see what's still there that you're not liking, whatever emotion, whatever feeling. Look at it, identify it all. Is the look on that person's face? Are you hearing words that they're saying? Are you feeling something? Look at it. Again, then you go to distract. Re-engage your mind in something else. Now the videos will help you to do this. This is why they're very important for you to do the steps. Third is then you're going to go to the go happy for about 60 seconds, something that makes you happy. Each time you do 1, 2, 3 round, it makes a shift in your brain. So usually when you would think about the whatever, your brain would dwell on it and until you went really bad feeling about it. Or you maybe taught yourself to eat, go shopping, exercise, but it was only temporary because then it would always come back. This technique is designed to make it so that when you get it all the way down to a 0-1, that your image that you're seeing, don't be surprised if the image that you're seeing starts to shift itself, what you're seeing in it, how you're reacting to it. That's all good, okay? Until it's a 0-1. And I call it, and I tell people, it's like looking at an ant in the road that is dead. That is nothing that makes anyone upset. If I was to say a dog in the road, okay, everyone has a picture and they don't quite like that. But a dead ant, and that's what you want it to be. You don't want it to be active anymore. You don't want any emotion attached to something that is already done. You would like it gone. Anyway, that's what I wanted. I shouldn't say this is what you want because I'm not you, but that's what I wanted. So I understood that based on this, I just kept doing the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It would drop, 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 shift. Now for me, it's interesting. I will either tear up or I will yawn. And when I say tear up, not like I'm going to cry, but like my eyes will just tear. When I have made a shift, that's what always happens to me. I don't know what will happen to you, but let me know. Or I'll yawn. I'll yawn. Let me know what your little things come up as. Some people get really tired. And I just usually tell, when I first started it, I did get tired. And I would say, hey, that's okay. You did a good job. You can rest. But you don't always need to feel tired because, hey, this is a good thing. It's shifting. You're telling your brain, it's okay. You're not used to this. Take your time. It's like when you're going to go start a new exercise regimen. Do you just jump right in? If you do, it's exhausting. You go little by little and build yourself up. That's what you're doing with your brain. Okay? So step 1 focus is aiming at what the real source is. I cannot explain that enough. Aiming at the real source. Your husband getting you mad in this moment is more than likely not the real source. You're reacting because he is saying or doing something that is causing your subconscious to take up a feeling from the past and bring it into the future. Go and find that. Now, if you cannot find it, do not worry. Go ahead and then just work with what you're feeling. Then just work with the feeling in the moment with the husband. But the best way to do is always go as far back as you can because it's like a domino effect. It means that when you go to the source, everything that has attached to it going forward will just start to break too. Didn't know this. Didn't know this. And when you think about it, it's like, oh, that makes sense. The more you do this, your brain is going to know this is what it does. The old you will have had a problem, say this is traumatic, it's going to stay with me forever, and who knows when I'm going to get over it. The new you will say, oh, this is what's happened to me. Let me see how my brain is reacting to it. What is it connecting it to? Break it, and then we move forward. And I'm telling you, that is a whole lot more joyful and peaceful than the other. Because that 12 long years I had of trying to manage after a traumatic event and coping, my life just kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller because I was just working on the triggers. I wasn't working on what the source of those triggers were. Okay, so looks like you guys are doing great, and I want to be as helpful as I can. If you want to maybe do like a Zoom session where I have, like I can be open like 3 or 4 hours, and then people can come in and go into the Zoom room and ask me questions and help to really hone down some things that they may have questions on, put a private message to me. This information is not going into the group chat that you can meet with me and that I will help you get over humps. This is not going into the group chat. So you'll have to private message me, and then I will make sure that you get the codes. I'm going to try to do this probably on Wednesday. I'll try to have it like 3-4 hours. And then if there's a time that works better for you, I'll try to do groupings around those hours. But it's to help you to really get something to shift. I want to take one of these things and really show you If you can in 1 week shift it, it will give your brain the motivation to say, hey, let's keep working on something else. Because even if it's just one thing that you change in a week, what will you have changed in a year? 52 things. That would be amazing. This technique, you can actually lump things together. You don't have to break everything one by one. It'll be amazing. You'll work on something, and then what used to be an issue is just gone. And you're like, I used to have a problem with that, but I didn't even work on it. That's what I would do. I was like, wow, that went away, and I didn't even aim for it, but it was attached to something else that I had worked on, and it went away. This is such an amazing technique. I know you're going to love it, and anyone who loves it as much as I love it, I will help you. You invest your time, I will invest my time. Okay? So invest your time in working on yourself. I will invest time in helping you, because this is such a great thing. It's so wonderful to realize that there is a solution. Because I know for me, I was feeling pretty helpless and hopeless that this is just going to be a lifelong battle that wasn't going to end. And then I found out that wasn't true. So your brain has a process that it's doing, and I'm going to talk about that next, before you get the follow-along video at the end of this. So this is how I was able to kind of help to understand my brain. So my brain has information put into it, and out of it is the results of that information. You put in good information, you get good results. You put in bad information or unhealthy information, you get unhealthy results. So if you're having anxiety, if you're having sadness, feeling resentful, loneliness, believe it or not, you unintentionally were doing things that caused the information to come out to be that. So you took the information in as that, and it came out as that. Unintentional. Okay? Think about parents. They're trying their best to raise their children, and sometimes they do things and the kids are like, this is what my mom did to me. And mom's like, I didn't realize me saying that or doing it that way would cause this. So that is what has happened. And now you're going to learn the healthy things. So apart from knowing how to do this technique, I do want to help you to see how to make healthy mindsets. Because as you are changing these unhealthy mindsets that you happen to have, and they're going to turn into healthy ones, you're going to start being like, oh, you know what? This is how I want something to be done, how I want to handle things, how I want to feel about it. And then you can make sure that you create that feeling that you're going to have when it happens. So this is why it's good, because sometimes you can actually work on something that you know is going to happen in the future, and you can make sure that you react that way. So cool. And then, of course, things that happened in the past, you can go back and change it. And things in the moment, you can change how you react. It's a wonderful technique. It's wonderful. So there's nothing wrong with your brain. It is just processing very correctly the way it's supposed to be. We just don't know that what we were feeding it was causing it to have the particular results that we didn't want. So even now to this day, I still will sometimes catch myself and then I'm like, oh, no wonder I'm feeling this way, because this is what I was thinking, this is what I was putting in. And then I can immediately, once I identify it, my brain is like, oh, switch, boom, and then it's gone. I don't have the anxiety at all. It's been over 3 years. The little things, like if you're saying like you love your husband, you love your kids, but they're driving you crazy, you can actually stop that. It's your reaction to them has to do with what is in your subconscious. So if you want to just be really happy with your kids and really happy with your husband, like when you first, had your baby and they could do no wrong, or your husband, you could do no wrong. Well, if you can have that again, it doesn't mean though you're condoning things that may be bad behavior, but you're not going to have a reaction that's going to make you not feel good. And then you're going to be able to take the steps that actually will change the behavior that you're saying that others are doing to you that you don't, that is not healthy. Change it like a different dance. You're just going to go about it in a different way. Mental health skills is about how to do things in a healthy way that give you healthy results. like someone who's wanting to avoid things and they start drinking or they start alcohol. They're not the healthiest. It does for a while give them that relief, but then the result of it is not that healthy. So sometimes we've done that with how we are using our brain. Didn't know this. Anyway, so I love sharing it. I love that you're allowing me to share this with you. I could just talk about this forever because I just love it. You know, I tell people all the time, my brain is my best friend now. It is my best friend. I say this is what I want, and it says, happy to serve it to you. And the next thing I know, boom, I'm there at whatever it is. Now, you probably maybe have done that sometime in your life, but you didn't know how you got there, how you did it. Well, this is how you did it. Your subconscious. Train your subconscious. Train your subconscious. Train your subconscious. That's where your mindsets are, your beliefs are, your emotions, your feelings. Anyway, so keep in mind that I want to help you as much as I can. So you do the videos, see your results, keep me posted where they're at. And then when we do this, maybe like this group thing and people could come in and out, I can kind of do some one-on-one guidance or 2 or 3 people guidance. But you'll benefit because you'll be hearing what other people will be asking me, and then you'll be able to apply it. So that's why it's kind of good if it's a group thing. You're just going to get more information together. So I want to do that. I want to do that, I believe, on Wednesday. But do not put this in the group chat. Private chat me if you're interested in being part on Wednesday of getting together. But you need to be doing this. So it's not, I'll wait till Wednesday. No, you need to have been practicing this so that you have something to bring to the group for me to address. To say, I've gotten this far, but I'm getting this, but this seems to be, I don't know where to. This is what I can help you with, okay? I love doing this stuff, and I love to help you with this. So, you know what's coming up next? It's a follow-along video. So remember, you're aiming. I have questions that kind of help, but you're getting the idea. If I'm asking you a question, there's a reason why. And if you can answer it, great. But if you can't, don't get stuck and say, oh, I couldn't answer the question, and you get bogged down. That's kind of old mindset. That once you come to something you don't know how to do, then you just stop. That's a good mindset to get around. What you're going to do is you get to something and your brain's going to say, okay, what can I do? What is it? How can I keep moving forward instead of like, I can't. And that's what a lot of mindsets we have nowadays is they hit the wall on something and they just stop instead of saying, can I go over it? Can I go to the left? Can I dig under it? Is it not as big as much? Can I shrink it down? Got it? Woohoo! Okay, let's keep going. And I appreciate you guys listening and sharing with me. And Jonathan, you're doing great. And there's some other ones that are in the group who have been writing in. I can't think of the names at the moment, so I apologize. But you're doing great. You're going to just love this. We'll talk to you later. Ciao. Now you know what to do. Do the follow-along video and make sure that you're not just watching it, that you're actually implementing it.